Julika wipes away the mirror message. Tigrera says they just need to get rid of Kitty, and then all the filler are gone. Kitty then giggles. Tigrera asks what Kitty's laughing about, and Kitty tells her she was just thinking about how Tigrera has no storyline without her and Emma. Emma chuckles and Tigrera tells them she doesn't need storyline at this point. Kitty says sure.
I fear you at home aren't seeing just how awful the sisters are.
Tigrera is the most self-produced person in this workroom. Sure, Weiss could be a bitch, but she was an authentic diva. Tigrera only causes drama to stay.
Hunk says he'd like another design challenge. Tigrera says she'd like to see something original from Hunk. Hunk tells Tigrera he makes all his drag. Tigrera says she means talent. Hunk says he thinks he's talented. Tigrera says not as talented as her. Hunk says that's why she's had to lip sync, and he hasn't. Kitty bursts out laughing, and Emma quietly grins. Tigrera says Hunk's not going for Miss Congeniality anymore. Sonia tells Tigrera no one can be congenial with her around.
I really want to get a second win. Having only one win isn't going to matter that much in the finale. And time's running out to get it.
Yawn. Hunk, in my opinion, is the least likely to make the finale. He got lucky last week. He won't get lucky again this week.
Julika asks Sonia how she's doing. Sonia tells her she thinks the competition felt open, but she's struggling to see how anyone can catch up to Emma now. Julika says she can't get in her head over that.
Emma has such a lead on wins. It's starting to seem like it's just her season to win. I'm starting to doubt if I can really win this season.
We're all a little on edge cause Emma has such a clear lead on wins, but that's no reason to lose hope now. Sonia has been doing so well, and she could easily pull off an underdog victory if she keeps her head above water.
Tigrera says she'll believe Hunk has talent when he wins a comedy challenge, and when Kitty can win an acting challenge. Julika says she'll believe Tigrera when Hunk and Kitty have to lip sync for their lives. Tigrera says Julika has no room to talk since she's lip synced more than anyone left. Julika flips her hair and smirks. Emma says Julika's feeling good today.
My predictions. Julika is the next to go. 2 times in the bottom is not a good look. What a chop.
It's so easy to upset Tigrera's ego. She's out here talking like she's the best thing since sliced bread, when she just has one win. What's she going to do when there's no longer a queen with less wins than her here?
Hunk reminds the queens about what Blanley said last week and asks if they think any queens are returning to the competition. Tigrera asks who they would bring back. They were all chops. Sonia says Jim might be able to do good if the challenge isn't design. Emma asks who that is, and Kitty says he was the queen who went home in the second premiere. Hunk says Peridot did have a win. Tigrera then says Peridot also went home.
She's all ready to have hers.
Queens, there's a new product on the market. Double Vision. With this special filter, the screen can be blurry. In fact, it's so blurry I think I'm seeing double.
I don't want any returning queens. It's already crowded enough in here as far as I'm concerned.
Wait. I think I know what the challenge is. And if I'm right, then I'm really excited.
Blade, Tigrera and Sonia Nevermind won the mini challenge.
I am just oozing with talent. Blanley might as well crown me now.
I needed that push. I can't be in my head today. I've got to find a way to keep coming out on top.
Hello queens. What a fantastic top 6. I would say, but honestly, I'm starting to miss the older queens. It feels a little empty in this workroom. That's why I've invited some guests.
Oh no. No more queens.
I wonder who they're bringing back.
Is that a gun, or are you just happy to see me?
And just then, 6 queens from older seasons walked into the room.
My walk's in here with that glow up. And it just goes to show, Mai's definitely been making good money from those children's card games.
Perhaps we should queue if we want fair judging. The Chaos Diva is back again. The first thing I see when I walk back in is that Tigrera is still here. I'm so proud of her. We've been friends for forever. The Chaos Queens are back together.
Right as Runo walks in, the two of us lock eyes. And I know today's going to be a good day.
Look what the tide dragged in.
I'm so thrilled to see Lance. We're not only both Voltron queens, but he's also one of my best friends.
Who's ready for yet another journey across the stars?
I hear there's a juicy scoop I've been missing. Wow. The new workroom looks incredible. Blamely isn't cheap. No longer are we filming in Miss Piggy's basement.
Queens, please welcome back My Valentine, Mira Furman, Runo, Lance, Kaito Momoda, and Alia Cesare. These queens all have one thing in common. And one thing none of you have in common with them. They all had the misfortune of being eliminated early on their original season. That's why I've decided they should get a taste of what it's like to make it to the top 6 of Toon Madness. For today's Maxi Challenge, the 6 of you will be paired up with one of these early outs, and make them over as a member of your drag family. Blade Tigrera and Sonia Nevermind. As the winners of this week's mini challenge, you will pair up the queens. Now I will leave you to that. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Some of these girls look polished, and they carry themselves with talent. Others, I'm surprised their drag got them this far.
Tigrera cuts Sonia off, and says she'll be taking Runo. Runo runs over and hugs Tigrera. Sonia says wait, that power was both hers and Tigrera's to decide the queens.
Tigrera isn't just going to walk over me and make all the decisions she wants.
Tigrera tells Sonia so long as she gets to work with Runo, she can make the rest of the decisions herself. Sonia sighs and the two walk off.
I'm honestly surprised Tigrera gave up that power so quickly. Surely, I thought she would have wanted to play that shady.
Sonia says she'll be taking Lance. Lance says he was hoping to work with Honk, and Sonia tells him they can catch up once the season's over. Lance groans and says fine.
I wasn't just going to pair up the drag family together. Besides, Lance is a great canvas for me to work with.
It's probably for the best I wasn't paired up with Lance. The judges probably would have found that playing it safe. And I don't want to play it safe in this competition.
Honk asks if he can work with Kaito, which surprises Kaito. Sonia thinks for a moment, then says they can work together.
I wasn't sure anyone would want to work with me. I was read so much for my fashion on season 3.
Sonia then says Emma has 3 wins, so she should be able to take a challenge. And she'll be pairing her up with Mira.
Why am I a challenge?
Now that is shady, but honestly. Yeah, I have no room to really complain. If I turn Mira into a winner, then that really will solidify my crown.
Sonia then decides to pair up Julika with Mai and Kitty with Alia. Alia asks if there's any reason, not that she's complaining. Sonia says that she thinks both Julika and Kitty are desperate to prove themselves this week, so she's pairing them up with queens that will both be an asset and a bit of a challenge to them. Kitty and Julika thank Sonia, and they wish her luck.
Listen, Mai is an asset. I definitely think she's trying to give Julika a leg up in this challenge. But that's okay. Alia's lovely, and I'm sure we'll make this work. Plus, it's not like I got set up with Mira.
Tigrera is going through her looks, to decide what she and Runo will wear on the runway. Runo is asking Tigrera how the season is going. Tigrera says she won Snatch Game, and she's doing fantastic. Runo says she's excited for her. Tigrera pulls out a long dress. She tells Runo that she doesn't have anything that's in her size, so she'll have to scale down one of her looks. Tigrera tells her to save time, most of the dress will end up being a train. Runo says that she's excited. Tigrera begins detailing where she's going to cut the dress.
I'm so glad Tigrera has been able to redeem the Hayaz dynasty. She's done what I've been wanting to do myself since my elimination. So, this challenge means so much to us, and it means so much to me. I want to show the world what they didn't get to see back on season 2.
I'm so happy Runo is here. Today is going to be an important day for us. This is where I truly cement my place in this competition and get my second win. And on top of that, prove we Hayaz queens are not to be messed with.
Kitty brings Alia over to Emma's station. Kitty says she was curious if Emma needed help. Emma glances between Kitty and Mira and says she might. Kitty chuckles. Mira groans. Alia says she's sure they'll have fun. Emma says she's not here to have fun, she's there to win. Alia whispers asking Kitty if Emma's always like this, to which Kitty loudly says Emma's always a bit stubborn. Emma startled says, Kitty. Kitty says it's the truth, and Alia can write it down on her blog or whatever she does. Alia tells Kitty she's got a vlog not a blog. Kitty says right. Mira tells Emma she's gotta focus. Kitty tells Alia they're heading back to her station.
I'm getting a little frustrated. I was disregarded the moment I stepped foot in this workroom. I'm here to redeem myself because everyone thinks I'm the flop of the Subterra Queens. I'm not planning to blow this chance.
The sisters seem to have a fun relationship. I bet they can be really annoying in the workroom, however. Mira seemed not to be liking Emma. You could cut the tension with a knife and still have room for seconds.
Listen, this will be a challenge for me. Not that I'm complaining yet. Mira is a brick, and I don't know how well she can walk in heels. Plus, I'm going to have to upgrade these runways so I don't get red for filth on the main stage. I've got 3 wins. I can handle this, I think.
Julika is showing Mai the outfits she's got at her workstation. Mai says they're very spooky. Julika laughs and says she is a spooky queen. She then says she doesn't have anything that would fit Mai, but she can sew. So she will sew a look for Mai. Mai asks what Julika wants to do, and to not make her look too ugly, she needs the press for All Stars. Julika laughs, and brings a biker look over to her station. Mai stares at the jacket, and then she says, so Mondo? Julika nods, we're pulling on Mondo. Mai says she loves it.
I've done a couple biker looks. Heck, I own a motorcycle. Mondo totally stole my style, I'm afraid. Not literally, I don't want to get sued. I'm just here to show you the fierce diva you only got a taste of back on season 1. And so far, I like Julika's vibe.
I think a biker look is the best mix between me and Mai's drag. I've got 2 strikes now, so I can't be having a bad week. If I have a bad performance at this point, I should just go home. And my hair dye is too expensive to just go home now that I'm this far into the competition.
Sonia is showing Lance some of her gowns. She seems nervous and is asking Lance which look he likes. Lance asks if she's sure these are the outfits she wants to wear for the makeover. Sonia pauses for a moment, then tells Lance she'd like to make some new looks for them. But that last time she designed an outfit, she was in the bottom 2. And she's worried she doesn't have the time. Lance asks Sonia if she knows how to sew. Sonia explains she knows only the basics. Lance says why not get some lessons from him, he's going to be working in Princess Alora's design school after all. Sonia asks if he's sure. Lance jokes that she can pay him back after the season. Sonia says she can write him a check right now. Lance says he was only joking, and Sonia says she wasn't. Lance tells her she doesn't have to, and Sonia says he can't help run a design school with that attitude as she hands him a check.
I've never seen that many zeros on a check before. I would have helped her for free, but I'll take the money. Being a pork chop isn't that fun after all.
I'm so thankful to be getting lessons in fashion from Lance. I know it's going to help me finish this competition. I want to solidify my runway evolution. The one the judges have been wanting.
Honk and Kaito are going through his outfits. Kaito asks Honk why he asked to work with him. Honk says he wanted to work with someone who came off as the exact opposite of his drag. Plus, he has a concept already. Kaito says he's glad, because he is really good friends with Lance and Keith, and they both say good things about him. Honk says that's nice. Honk admits there's a lot of pressure on him. Kaito says the only thing to do with pressure is to take it and reach for the stars.
There's a lot of pressure on me to do well in the makeover. Not from anyone back home. The Voltron dynasty is quite supportive. But there definitely is this aura of what my drag family did before. Princess Allura won the makeover on season 1. Keith won it last season, season 3. So, I definitely feel the judges are going to be comparing me to what Keith and Princess Allura did before. I can't afford to get this makeover wrong, or I may end up in the bottom for it.
Kaito asks Honk the plan, and Honk asks Kaito if his drag is still about space. Kaito says of course. Honk pulls out a few gowns and shows them to Kaito. Kaito says they're not his style, but he thinks they could make them work.
Honk is so kind and patient. I don't want to let him down on the main stage.
Kitty is going over her sketch with Alia. Alia asks why they're doing a sketch. Kitty says she's going to be sewing their looks fresh. Alia gags. Kitty asks if she's nervous. Alia says she's best friends with Marinette Dupan Cheng, she's used to crazy crafting schemes. Kitty laughs and says she better get to work.
I really like Kitty's concept. If she pulls this off, I think this win is hers. And I hope it is. I could use a win for a change, even if it isn't my own.
Emma is showing Mira a gown she has. Mira says the gown's ugly. Emma says she'll make it better, besides she can't use the looks she brought for the challenge. Mira asks why not. Emma says because they're suits. Mira asks what's wrong with that, she thinks she looks good in a nice business suit. Emma says most of her runways have been suits. Mira says so what, if she's the business suit queen, just own it. That's what drag is after all, the attitude. Emma thinks for a minute, then says Mira is ironically right. Mira says she's a competent queen after all.
Mira is proof that even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm the business suit queen. So, what? That's my drag, so I'll own.
Julika, Honk, and Kitty are doing Mai's, Kaito's, and Alia's makeup. Mai asks Kaito and Alia why they chose to come back. Alia says what they all want, to show they've grown.
I didn't have the run I wanted on season 2. I came in wanting to show how talented I was, and I was sent out over Garchomp of all queens. I had so much to show. I never got to be in the snatch game or record a verse. But back in the finale, I pulled off this amazing reveal. And that reveal was enough to give me a small but dedicated base of fans. My drag has grown so much, and it's fair to say I'm desperate to show it.
Julika asks Mai if she thinks she should use a green or purple lipstick for her. Mai tells her it's her drag, trust her instincts. Julika thinks for a moment, then says she'll use the green for herself, and a purple lipstick for Mai, as it will make their lips pop. Mai says that sounds fabulous, then she tells Alia she understands the feeling.
I get Alia's drive. I'll admit, I'd like that second chance to show the world what my Valentine can really do. But I'm also the resident judge of Toon World. I'm not just here to show off what I can do. I wanted to meet queens I haven't met yet. I wanted to give them my insight, and maybe even take theirs. I am here because I'm in love with drag. And right now, I want to help Julika trust her instincts. I think she needs the confidence boost.
Kaito says he came back because he wanted to have a good time. Honk asks if he means that? Kaito says yes, drag is supposed to be fun. Honk says he agrees it's fun. Kaito asks Honk why he does drag. Honk stops to think for a moment. Honk says he likes making people smile. Kaito says that's a good reason. Honk says it was how he was raised. He explains that he's really close to his family. He used to help his mom and grandma cook, and being raised that way, it made him want to help others as he grew up.
Growing up I was a nervous kid. The world can be a scary place. But I can't think of a time where I wasn't trying to help the people around me. I have a really good friend, Shay. We met years ago, and at the time, her family was in a tough place. Her planet was devastated by and under the rule of the Galra Empire. Now I was terrified of the world as is, but I couldn't sit back and let it stand. So, me and the Voltron dynasty organized for the freedom of the bomb era, and helped with relief efforts to her planet. It was a long battle, but eventually our efforts paid off, and now her planet and her people are free and thriving.
Honestly, Honk is inspiring to me. He's the type of queen who takes action, and I respect that.
Tigrera, Emma, and Sonia are doing Runo's, Mira's, and Lance's makeup. Runo asks Mira how she's been. Mira says Vestoya is nice this time of year. Lance asks Runo and Mira if they know each other. Runo says they've been friends for years. Mira says they used to hang out together a lot. Runo says they should go out for ice cream after the show. Mira says that would be fun.
Mira. What are you doing? This isn't the time to be chatting up Tigrera's best friend. I'm supposed to be doing your makeup.
I'm trying not to be rude to Runo, but I need her to stay focused on this challenge. This challenge could mean the difference between me staying in this competition.
I'm just having so much fun. Because I'm watching Emma and Tigrera give each other death glares as Mira and Runo are having this friendly chat. And it's honestly hilarious.
Lance whispers something to Sonia and the two start giggling. Mira asks what's so funny, and Lance points at Tigrera and Emma's faces. Runo asks if they're mortal enemies. There's a moment of silence, then Runo and Mira start laughing.
Well, that's awkward.
Tigrera asks Runo if they can focus on their makeup. After Runo stops laughing, she says they can continue.
What are the odds? I guess Mira's working for the enemy today. Maybe I'll make her pay for that ice cream.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Toon Madness. I'm your host Blanley Stacey Andrews O'Halloran. Please welcome our resident judge, from Inside Out, it's Bill Anderson. Bill, how much do you like the older seasons?
Wait, there are other seasons of Toon Madness?
Pay attention, Bill. Tonight, our queens were tasked with making over former early outs. Racers, start your engines, and may the best drag artist win. Category is Drag Family Resemblance. Up first, Kitty and Alia Cesare. Kitty slayed the challenge.
So for my concept, I went in a different direction. Alia and I come out dressed as this high concept flowers. And then, I rip my dress off. I'm this iconic bee. And I pollinate Alia's flower. Also, I am really proud of the mug I did for her, like she looks fabulous.
Sonia Nevermind and Lance. Sonia had a great performance.
So, with help from Lance, I upgraded both of the gowns we wore. Lance comes out in this regal princess gown. And I come out as the ruling queen. I've got this glorious train. And I can see the judges' eyes sparkling as they bear witness to these outfits.
Honk and Kaito Momoda. Honk had a great performance.
For my makeover of Kaito, I come out in this yellow fiery jacket with matching chaps. I look like the sun in all its majesty. And right next to me is Kaito. And he's wearing this floor-length navy dress. The dress has LED lights sewn into the fabric, and he looks like the night sky. I turn around and reveal the entire back of my outfit is silver. And I am both the sun and the moon, floating in space.
Emma and Mira Furman. Emma had a great performance.
I decided to take Mira's advice. We both come out in these power suits. We're wearing these novelty glasses, and we're doing an inspection of the main stage with these clipboards. This is perfection.
Julika Kufane and My Valentine. Julika had a great performance.
So, Mai and I come out in our biker fits. I'm eating, Mai's eating. We're the coolest drag sisters you've ever seen. Mondo could never. Mai's looking absolutely beautiful, and so am I. Just don't knock over our bikes or you'll pay the price.
And finally, Blade Tigrera and Runo. Blade Tigrera had a good performance.
So, I come out in this white flowy dress, and Runo follows out behind me. Her train is dragging behind her. And the gold and silver gemstones just sparkle in this lighting. I know Runo looks good. And I can tell the judges are living for her.
First, I'd like to thank our makeup partners for your help. It's been a joy to have you return to our stage. Now you may go untuck. Alright, before we begin the judges' critiques, I want to thank each of you for knowing how to do quality makeup. None of your partners came out as a brick, and that is incredible. But at the same time, it makes our jobs harder. So, up first, Julika Kufane.
Julika, I think this was a fantastic night for you. I never imagined yours and my styles would mesh so well. I have to compliment your outfit choices. The biker look was a great middle ground that elevated you and Mai. You not only adapted Mai to your style, but you also adapted to hers.
Julika, I want to compliment your makeup choices. Green lipstick really suits you, but you had the foresight to see it wouldn't suit Mai. I will say, however, I think you could serve to provide a little more variety to how you do your lips. I like how you gave a dark purple outline with Mai's, and I just imagine that a dark green outline would look as amazing on you. Good work tonight, Julika. Kitty. Kitty, there is something wrong with you. Your presentation was hilarious. The way you came out as flowers, then you transformed into a bee. I don't know if we can show that part with you and Alia on TV, but I was entertained.
I have to say, your mug has been impressive to me, and there was a risk your makeup techniques wouldn't translate to Alia. And Kitty, I've got no negatives to say. You two looked fabulous tonight. I think this was very camp and beautiful. If we had a fashion photo review, this look would be shooted. I'm very proud of you.
Emma.
Now Emma, I am tired of the business suits. I do feel like I shouldn't be able to predict what you're going to wear each week. That said, I think you and Mira really killed it in the performance. You two really went with it, and I think you should thank Mira, because your chemistry on stage was one of the best aspects of your performance this challenge.
The makeup was great, but I'm not sure you really read as drag family. The one issue with doing business suits for this challenge is it comes off as more co-workers than really drag family. I do think this was an amazing performance still, but we are picking hairs tonight. Great work, Emma. Blade Tigrera. Let me start with what I thought was positive for you. Runo looked fantastic. I want that dress she was wearing. Runo really owned this stage. Now for the negative. Tigrera, Runo stole the show. And that's a problem, because she looked far better than you did.
I have to agree, Runo was the star, but I was starting to lose you, Tigrera. And the issue is you're the one competing in this competition. You should have been looking to elevate each other. Instead, you focused on Runo, and it hindered your own performance on the stage. All in all, Runo was fantastic, but I definitely think you were the weakest of the night.
Hunk.
Hunk, this was very conceptual, and I loved it. I think it would have been easy for you to have come out as the sun, and have Kaido come out as the moon. But the two of you told a story together through your fashion alone. And that's the eye you need in this competition. Hunk, I am satisfied. And I'm really glad to be.
My one negative would be I feel your makeover was a bit too conceptual. I think the story was impressive, but I do fear it was on the edge of leaving the category. You didn't leave the category, but remember to keep an eye on your intentions with the maxi challenges. Great work tonight, Hunk. And finally, Sonia, never mind. Sonia, I just want to commend you on these looks. They are incredible. I hope you still have a best drag look ready, because given your runway package I can see one of these could have been it. All in all, I loved your makeover. The makeup was spot on, and as for you, I am finally feeling the princess fantasy.
My only negative was I didn't fully buy you and Lance were drag sisters. You had a different energy to you. You came out all poised, regal, and elegant. And then Lance is walking beside you like a runway model. I felt more like I was watching a fashion show than really two drag sisters. But that doesn't take away from your incredible work tonight. Great job, Sonia.
Oh look, the TV is on.
Oh, let's see what's happening.
Thank you, queens. I have now only one question. Who should go home tonight? And why? Starting first with Julika Kufane.
Oh shit. Now I'm intrigued.
This is going to be good.
I think, if you get critiques, you should show effort in trying to take them. Emma has 3 wins, and yet she's still coming out week after week in business suit after business suit. And I don't think she should get special treatment because of her 3 wins.
Oh, Emma looks pissed.
Now that took nerve of Julika to go for the queen on top.
That girl honestly struck me as the silent type.
She is, but she's really fierce when she serves.
Kitty.
I'm going to say Blade Tigrera. I'd like to read her for filth, but this is purely because of the critiques.
Emma.
First I want to say, I don't care for any shit that comes out of Julika's mouth. Girl, I have 3 wins, and you have lip-synced more times than you have won. So, there's the door when you're ready. But as for who should go home tonight, it's Blade Tigrera's time. She lacks star quality. Her only talent is starting drama to ride another queen's coattails for screen time. And she did the worst in this week's challenge. She has nothing left to give, and I don't think anyone in this workroom will miss her.
Oh, she did not just comfort Tigrera like that while looking so goddamn pedestrian. They really are mortal enemies. But what are you going to do about it? I'm going to give her a piece of my mind, that's what I'm going to do.
Blade Tigrera.
I think Emma doesn't have the discipline to be the next cartoon drag superstar. And she is underperforming when she's supposed to be the frontrunner. So, it should be her.
Hunk.
Based on the judges' critiques, I think Tigrera should go home.
Sonia, never mind.
I will also say Tigrera. Just based on the judges' critiques.
Thank you, queens. I've made some decisions. Sonia, never mind. You are safe and may step to the back. The rest of you represent the tops and the bottoms of the week. Julika Kufane. Tonight, your biker makeover used Intimidate, and it was super effective. Kitty. You defiled a flower on stage, and the judges loved it. Hunk. Tonight, you showed you truly have a talent for storytelling. Kitty. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Julika Kufane. Hunk. Great work tonight, you are safe and may step to the back.
I finally won a challenge. It only took all season. It feels really good. Thank you, Alia. You really are a lot of fun.
I'm so happy for Kitty. We made a great team.
So far, I am still the only queen who has never been in the bottom 3. I'm proud of Kitty, she worked so hard for this win.
That means Emma. Blade Tigrera. I'm sorry my dears, but you are up for elimination.
Well, this didn't go the way I wanted. But now I get to be the one who sends Emma home.
I am furious. I shouldn't be in the bottom. But I'm not going home. Get ready, Tigrera, because you're going to be saying goodbye.
2 queens, stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me, and save yourselves from elimination. Good luck, and don't fuck it up. The lip-sync song is This Will Be An Everlasting Love by Natalie Cole. Emma had a good lip-sync. Blade Tigrera had a bad lip-sync. I've made my decision. Emma, Shantae, you stay. Blade Tigrera, now you lived up the Heia's name, and the world is all the better for it. Now, sashay away.
Honestly. Fuck you all. And Bill, call me.
Congratulations queens, you're 1 week closer to the grande finale. Take this chance to rest, as you won't get many more of them. Now you may go untucked. Back in Untucked. As the queens walk in, Runo throws her drink in Emma's face. Runo then starts screaming in Emma's face, "You want drama to keep the cameras on them, here's the drama." Emma says she's ready to fight a bitch. Runo says she's ready to throw down and calls Emma an uptight bitch. Runo then climbs atop the table and starts shouting uptight bitch repeatedly. Kitty slow claps and says Runo's doing a good job at making a fool of herself. Runo tells Emma she's bland, jealous, and kinda ugly. And that she just wishes she had the skill the Heia's queens have, and then she turns to Kitty and says that she's all talk, no talent. Then she does a little dance atop the table, shouting out the sisters are not talented. Emma then says no class, she can see where Tigrera gets it from. Kitty tells Runo to enjoy her 15 minutes of fame, and the sisters storm out of Untucked. Runo laughs and plops down onto the couch. Sonia asks Runo if she's proud of herself. Runo says she said what she said, and she had to defend Tigrera's honor. Mai says it didn't look like she was defending her honor, it just looked like she was having a tantrum. Runo groans, then tells Mai if she wants to defend them so much she can follow them out of Untucked. The two stand up, and Mai tells Runo she has no problem with ripping out her ponytails. Runo asks who Mai had to sleep with to get the guest judge position on Toon World, because they both know it wasn't Pegasus. Mai asks Runo if she does her own wigs, because she can understand why she never gets booked. Mira, Honk, and Julika break the two up. Runo says she was just getting ready to punch a bitch. Mira tells Runo that some of them want to get a word in. Runo screams, then storms out of Untucked. Mai slumps back on the couch and says Runo's such a diva. Mira is just quiet. Lance hugs Honk and congratulates him for being in the top. Honk thanks Lance. Alia says she's going to go outside because she wants to congratulate her partner on winning the challenge. Sonia wishes her luck with Runo. Kaito says he had fun working with Honk, and Honk thanks him. Julika says she's glad she got to meet Mai. Mai says maybe they'll see each other again on All Stars. The queens drink their drinks and bond.